Have you ever wondered how a drink that tastes unlike almost anything else became one of the biggest brands on earth? A company that doesn't just sell energy drinks, it sells adrenaline, ambition, and the feeling that anything is possible. This is the incredible story behind Red Bull, a brand that turned a simple idea into a global empire worth billions of dollars. The story begins far away from the bright lights of Formula One and extreme sports. In the early 1980s, an Austrian businessman named Dietrich Mateschitz was traveling through Thailand for work. Like many travelers, he was exhausted from long flights and endless meetings. But during that trip, he discovered a local energy drink called Krating Dang, created by Thai entrepreneur Chaleo Uvidya. After drinking it, something unexpected happened. His jet lag disappeared. He felt refreshed, focused, and ready to work again. That single experience sparked a question that would change history. What if people around the world needed this too? At the time, the energy drink market barely existed in the Western world. Most people drank coffee or soda whenever they needed a boost. The idea of an energy drink sounded strange, maybe even impossible. But great entrepreneurs don't see the world as it is. They see what it could become. Dietrich approached Chaleo with an ambitious proposal. Together, they would create a new version of the drink specifically designed for Europe and eventually the entire world. But success didn't come overnight. The original Thai drink was sweet and syrupy. European consumers wouldn't enjoy that taste. So they spent years changing the recipe, adjusting the flavor, carbonating the drink, and creating something completely new while keeping the original inspiration alive. Then came another challenge. They needed packaging that would stand out. Instead of using a regular soda can, they designed a slim silver and blue can that looked modern, premium, and completely different from anything on store shelves. Even the name was unforgettable. Krating Dang translates to Red Bull. Powerful, simple, easy to remember. But perhaps the smartest decision wasn't the drink itself. It was the marketing. Most companies spend millions telling people how great their product is. Red Bull decided to make people feel something instead. Instead of traditional advertising, they sponsored athletes doing impossible things. Mountain biking, snowboarding, cliff diving, motocross, skateboarding, skydiving. Everywhere people saw fearless athletes chasing their dreams, they also saw a Red Bull logo. The message was never, buy this drink. The message was, this is what energy looks like. It was brilliant. Soon Red Bull wasn't just a beverage. It became a lifestyle. As sales exploded across Europe, the company expanded into America. Many experts believed Americans wouldn't like the unusual taste or pay a premium price for such a small can. They were wrong. College students embraced it. Gamers loved it. Night shift workers relied on it. Entrepreneurs kept it on their desks. Athletes carried it to competitions. Red Bull had created an entirely new category. Then they did something even more surprising. Instead of only sponsoring sports, they started creating them. The company launched events unlike anything people had ever seen. Red Bull Air Race, Red Bull Rampage, Red Bull Flugtag. Crazy competitions where people built homemade flying machines and jumped into the water. Millions watched. Millions shared videos online. Without realizing it, people were advertising Red Bull for free. But perhaps the company's most unforgettable moment came in 2012. A project called Red Bull Stratus. The mission sounded impossible. Skydiver Felix Baumgartner would travel nearly 24 miles above Earth in a giant balloon and jump from the edge of space. Scientists warned of countless dangers. What if his suit failed? What if he spun out of control? What if he never made it back? The entire world watched live. Millions stared at their screens as Felix stood at the door of his tiny capsule. Below him, the Earth curved beneath the darkness of space. For a few breathtaking seconds, he simply looked down. Then, he jumped. The freefall broke records. History was made. And millions of people around the world would forever associate that incredible moment with one brand. Red Bull didn't interrupt history with an advertisement. They became history. Behind all the excitement was Dietrich Mateschitz, a quiet businessman who believed brands should inspire people instead of constantly selling to them. He once said that if people believed in your product and your story, success would follow. That philosophy transformed Red Bull into much more than an energy drink company. Today, Red Bull owns sports teams, Formula One racing teams, soccer clubs, media companies, music studios, gaming events, and countless athletic competitions across the globe. Their Formula One team has dominated world championships, proving that Red Bull wasn't just interested in sponsoring winners. They wanted to build them. The slogan, "Red Bull gives you wings," became one of the most recognizable taglines ever created. Of course, it wasn't without controversy. Some criticized the slogan, arguing it exaggerated the drink's effects. The company eventually settled a lawsuit without admitting wrongdoing, reminding everyone that marketing has limits. Yet even that controversy couldn't slow the brand's momentum. Year after year, billions of cans were sold across more than 170 countries. What started as an unfamiliar drink from Thailand had become one of the most recognized products on Earth. Sadly, in 2022, Dietrich Mateschitz passed away after battling illness. The business world lost one of its greatest visionaries. But his legacy lives on every time someone pushes beyond their limits, every time an athlete takes a leap of faith, and every time someone dares to dream bigger than everyone else thinks is possible. The real lesson behind Red Bull isn't about caffeine. It isn't about marketing. And it isn't even about business. It's about recognizing an opportunity that everyone else ignores. One businessman tasted a local drink during a work trip. Most people would have forgotten it the next day. He saw a global revolution. He didn't simply create a product. He created a feeling, a belief, an identity. And that's why Red Bull isn't remembered as just another beverage. It's remembered as a symbol of courage, ambition, and the relentless pursuit of doing the impossible. Sometimes, the biggest success stories don't begin in boardrooms or billion-dollar offices. Sometimes, they begin with one exhausted traveler, one unexpected drink, and one idea bold enough to give the entire world wings.